With the recent run we've seen in the past couple weeks, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to put together a video highlighting all of the Ethereum ETFs on the Toronto Stock Exchange. This is kind of similar to the one I did a couple months back, highlighting all of the Bitcoin ETFs. So we're going to change it up. We're going to be talking about Ethereum, and stay tuned to the end because we're going to figure out which one may be the best for you and which one might be trading at a potential discount. But if this is your first time here, my name's Nick. Welcome to Ways to Wealth. Before we get in, I'd like to ask you a huge favor. If you learn something new or you get some value out of the video, hit that like button for me. I definitely appreciate that. And please consider hitting that subscribe button, turning that notification bell on. I would appreciate that. One of the ways that I figure out what's going on in the market, what is trendy, what might potentially be the next Bitcoin, is Google Trends. That's kind of where I see what different search topics are popular around the world, or Canada or US specific. And one that I'd like to just point out right off the hop is the search comparison between Ethereum and Bitcoin. And we can see that Ethereum is creating quite the spark over the past month or so, and this is kind of reflected in the price. We've seen Ethereum continue to hit all-time highs. So obviously, let's take a deeper look and look at all of the ETFs that are trading on the Toronto Stock Exchange. And it's the same guys that have the Bitcoin fund, so we should be familiar if you saw that video before. But we'll start with Purpose Ether. The first fund that they have is the ETHH. It's currency hedged to the Canadian dollar. It pays a 1% MER, so you pay 1% per year, trading around $15 to $16. And this is how many Ethereum you would get per share. And this is an important metric, and one that we're going to be using at the end to figure out if it's trading at a premium or at a discount. So I've compiled all that information, so don't worry about taking that down. Moving on to the next one, you have ETHH.B. This is non-currency hedge. It trades also in Canadian 1% MER, management fee, just shy of $15.50. Again, you have the ETF per share, so you can come onto the website and evaluate this, and we'll discuss a little bit further about how I've calculated it. The third one that is offered by Purpose ETF is the ETHH.U, and this one is US traded, so it trades in US currency, and it would probably give you the most accurate when you're breaking it down, should be the most accurate when you're thinking Ethereum is most compared to the US dollar. So that is Purpose, Ether ETFs, 3 of them. Now moving on to the next one, we have Evolve. Evolve has 2 as well. The first one is unhedged. It's ETHR is the ticker, trades in Canadian dollars, closed just shy of $15.50. What you have here is the ETH, the Ethereum per share. Again, I've included all of this information, so don't worry about writing that down. It also has a US comparison. This ticker symbol is ETHR.U. Again, important information here. I believe this Evolve has a discount right now for its management fee. So we can see here that it is not charging an MER until May 31st. So we're kind of at the end here. When this is done, it's going to be a 0.75, so 0.75%, so less than 1%, 0.75%. If I haven't confused you already, is going to be the management fee moving forward past this date. So there's the two. They have an unhedged in Canadian, and if you're unfamiliar with hedged versus unhedged, I also had a video covering this a few weeks back, so I'll link it above so you can get an understanding of what the difference is. And the third and final company that is offering is CI Galaxy Ethereum. The unhedged Canadian dollar trades under ETHX.B. It closed at 1570 roughly on May the 7th as of Friday. And again, you can come on to First Asset or CI Galaxy and figure out what the Ethereum is per unit, which I've highlighted here. You can also see that they have the same marketing technique as we saw with Evolve, in that they are not charging a management fee until June 15th. So a little bit of, competitive advantage or marketing ploys that are going on right now. But we'll talk a little bit about, what their strategy is. Because I've taken that down, or we can just look at it right now. So they are saying that they're not going to charge a management fee until June 15th, but they haven't decided what that number will be going forward, and they're saying that it won't exceed 0.95. So it'll be interesting to see where they come up with the final number. You have 1% coming from Purpose. You have 0.75 coming. Will they try and lower that number? So that's kind of the situation at bay. But as I mentioned, I compiled all of this information as of close on May the 7th at 4 p.m. So let's take a look at that. So similar to the Bitcoin video that we did a few months back, we've listed all of the funds, what currency they trade at, what price they closed at. We also determined if they hold Ethereum. They all hold Ethereum. At what ratio do they hold Ethereum per share? We also have the management fees, and one of the things that I like to mention just straight up right here is that eventually this marketing promotion will end. So I've included as to what that management fee would be if you held it for a year. So your calculations may differ, but I just wanted to take it at face value, seeing that there's only a month and a bit for one and less than a month for the other. What we've also done is the amount of shares that you could buy if you were buying $2,000, both on the Canadian and US side. The mathematics at the end doesn't really differ. Just wanted to make it unilateral across the board if you were buying $2,000. What we've done is we've done the cost. So 125 shares, for example, on the Purpose, it would cost you about 1,995 Canadian. If you held it for a year, you'd have to pay $19.95. If you bought 125 shares of this one, it would give you 0.46 Ethereum. Then what we did is we looked at the Ethereum price at 4 p.m. on Friday, and that was $35.2148, so $3,521 in US. So if you multiply the amount of Ethereum that you would have, the 0.46, by the price of Ethereum at the time, it would mean that would be roughly worth $1,620 US. And of course, because this is trading in Canadian, we had to take the currency exchange of what it was at that exact time. So that was 0.81 conversion from US dollars into Canadian, done the backwards math, and we can see here that you would be better off taking fees out of the equation, because obviously there's going to be fees to buy Ethereum, whether that's through Binance or Coinbase. So we want to take fees out of the equation. It's definitely something that you can add in if you want to go to the next level. It means that you would probably be better off buying Ethereum straight up Okay, so if we quickly, not so much quickly, but just go down and get an understanding, Canadian hedged is they take out the currency risk, they're hedging it to the Canadian dollar. If you expect that the US dollar is going to outperform in the future, this is not the fund for you. If we take a look at the next one, this one is unhedged. It is trading at a little bit of a discount. This one is 0.46. Again, not much, but you would probably be better off buying ETHH.B if you believe that the US dollar is going to outperform in the next 5 to 10 years. Obviously, hopefully you'd be holding these for a long term, or if you think the US is going to outperform in the next year, this one would probably be beneficial to you. But the one that is probably most beneficial at the end of the day, trading in Canadian dollars, is the CI Galaxy. It's almost at a 1% discount. So this one's probably the one, if you're looking to put new money to play, taking the MERs into consideration, this one is definitely going to be the best for you. Just to give you a further example, what we've done is we have looked at the Google Finance performance. They have only been around since April 23rd, so definitely take that into consideration. This one is the non-hedged performance. We can see that they all follow along the same line, but there is small differentials basically in the MER, which this does not capture. We can see all of them up 44%, but then if you factor in the MERs of each, you will see which ones will perform better at the end of the year. So this is for the Canadian dollar unhedged. So moving on, we also compare the US dollar ones, and the US dollar, you can see again, they're all similarly in the same place. The CI Galaxy happens to be outperforming by a little bit more, maybe 20.2%, so not much there. Again, MER is going to be the differentiator at the end of the day. And going back to the Excel sheet, the Purpose is the only one that has a currency hedge to Canadian dollars. So that one's kind of out and above and by itself, but all in all, the Canadian dollar has outperformed since that April part. So this one may be the best performing over the past month, but obviously, you know, we want to be looking as to what the future looks like, or the best prediction. And over the long run, currency hedge really has limited impact on what the overall fund does. So all in all, I think if you're putting new money to work, take a look at that CI Galaxy, the Canadian dollar, ETHX.B. But I don't think you can go wrong with any of them if you have a particular preference, and they should be pretty competitive in terms of maybe dropping that MER. We saw that with Bitcoin, that they slowly drop those MERs to kind of attract that new money. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some value out of it. If you're still here, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button, turning that notification bell on. I would greatly appreciate that. I hope you all have a great week in the markets. Happy trading.